everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host, who will hopefully get shot in the arm later this week. I am Ben, and we are joined, as always, by a man who has the dimples of Ariana Grande and the rest of the face of Pete Davidson. It's Noah!
Hello! Welcome. I am in a good mood. I am also going to get shot in the arm this week. It's a good week, and it's super warm in here, which I'm okay with right now, because it's spring.
It's very warm where I am, too. It's rare that it gets this warm during the spring in Fairbanks, Alaska, but we'll take it. Global warming, whatever. And we are joined this week by a special guest who, a little less conversations, more his speed. It's Michael.
A little more action. Ain't that right?
Oh, yeah.
It's good to be here. Last month was probably one of the suckiest months in a long time, so it's good to be on the mend, especially mentally. Doing better this month, it seems, as it is only 5 days into the month, but we'll see. We'll see where this month goes. But good to be here.
It'll be a good month. It'll be good. Thank you for being here, Michael. And thank you all for tuning in to Noodles at Noon. You can find us at noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
Whoa, it was a conch shell. That was weird. And we can also be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, other places. Mine's more sad, but whatever. So thank you guys
Channel
so
37.
much. Channel for
I'm just going to say something different every week that you can find us at.
You know what the new thing is this week that we're doing?
Oh, what is it?
Well, I just got an email yesterday that asked us to shoot the pre-takeoff video for Southwest Airlines. So we're going to be doing that video, telling people to buckle in, put the mask on your friend first before yourself, the oxygen mask, because masks save lives. What do you know? It's going to be awesome. So that's coming later this week. And we just need to practice wearing a tight bandana around our necks like they do.
I'm guessing that we're not allowed to.
Yes,
yeah, Ascot. We're not allowed to use Rhapsody in Blue because that's United Airlines thing.
I could cover it. Is that public domain?
Yeah.
I wonder if it is.
No, I don't think it is. It still belongs to Gershwin because he's still alive.
He's not. He's dead than a doorknob.
I think it.
January 1924.
They picked us because they wanted like faces that were really recognizable. And so they picked podcasters, like some of the most popular podcasters. We have a very calming presence. People tell us a lot that we're very calming. So that's where they're like, oh, we need to remake our flight takeoff video. Let's get the Noodles at Noon boys on here. And we were just so happy to do that.
It would be funny because I don't like flying, but it could be like you two being all calm, like, in the event that we lose cabin pressure, we're going to pull down our face mask, and I'll just be in the back like, oh my God, we're all going to die.
Don't listen to him. Don't be like this guy.
Remain calm. The nearest exit might be right next to you. I'm getting out of here.
He just jumps out.
That would be funny if we did those. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's dive right into some weekly updates because I think we all have a lot to talk about. I, for instance, finally got to play Dungeons and Dragons for the very first time, and I am proud to announce that my Fearbulk Keanu was the only one who didn't die. So, claps to Keanu, the Fearbulk, the Bardic Fearbulk. I actually got to use my spell, the Vicious Mockery, the one that I said where I cast a spell which is like incantations laced with insults that cause psychic damage to people. I actually killed a wizard by insulting him. I said that he's in the lower third of wizards that I know, as far as successful wizards. And the only reason I know that he is a wizard is because his clothes are stupid, and that caused him to die. So,
did he have like the blue robe with stars and moons on it? And like the long pointy hat.
I don't know. I didn't actually look at him. It was in a game, but I just assumed that he looked like a stupid wizard. This is my assumption. I could be wrong though. But everyone is actually now back to life because apparently you can do like life save rolls, and everyone was able to roll themselves back to safety or back to life. At least that's how we played it, a death save roll
dubious.
Or whatever. It happened, and we're all alive. There's only 3 of us, so if someone dies, it's kind of like, oh, there's only 2 of us. Nice. And especially if I'm the only one who doesn't die, and I'm the only one who's never played before. It's like, I've decided to no longer continue the quest and live out my life happily. Just roll a 12. So that was my D&D experience. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll get to play again soon. There's been some scheduling conflicts, but we'll get there. Also this week, going from playing one game to playing another game, I'm a big baseball fan. I love watching baseball. It was opening day just last week, and my team won on opening day. So that was fun. That was good to watch, and I'm happy that baseball is back. But I also play baseball. And last Sunday, I was playing in a baseball game, and the coach was like, "Hey, Ben, how do you feel about pitching?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." The correct answer to that question was, "No, I can't do that." But I did it anyway, and I actually pitched pretty well. I struck out 2 people in 2 innings. And then the next day...
hitter.
No, I gave up 3 hits. But no runs.
Aw.
No runs.
No
I also didn't
RBIs?
walk anybody. Yeah, no RBIs.
Nice. That's the one stat I know what it is, so good job.
Nice. I also didn't walk anybody. That's what I was most proud about. But, I woke up the next morning and my arm really hurt, but I'm like, you know what? I pitched for the first time in like 4 years. That's probably normal. And the rest of my body hurt because I'm out of shape and old. And I just played a game where I ran around a lot. So the week went on and all the normal aches and pains were gone, but every time I went to pick up a baseball and throw it, my arm felt like it was going to fall off of my body. And I was like, that may or may not be normal, and I may or may not should get that checked out. That was grammatically correct. And then, so I went to the doctor, and I explained it, and the doctor, moved my arm around, was like, does this hurt? Does this hurt? Does this hurt? And I was like, yes, no, yes. And she was eventually like, well, it's not your rotator cuff, which is good, but what's bad is you have a torn labrum, which is basically like, and Michael, you'll probably correct me on this and give me the exact terminology, but it is what helps hold my arm in the shoulder socket, kind of.
Yes.
Okay. So right now my arm's kind of just moving around wherever it wants to go in that socket, which is not good and also causes a lot of pain. And the number one cause of this is throwing a baseball for some reason. It says that on all the documents they gave me. It's like, things that can cause this. And there's a list. And the last one on the list is or playing baseball. So apparently it's
calling
common.
you out.
It's calling me out specifically. But basically I am not allowed to throw a baseball for about 6 weeks, at a minimum. And I have to go to physical therapy. So that's hard. But further good news, which has to do with my shoulder. Hopefully this coming Friday, I get the COVID vaccine. Yay! I'm getting the Johnson & Johnson one,
the
which means
shell.
Woohoo! Yeah, get the conch shells going. It's the 1-dose one. I know it's less effective, but it's only 1 dose, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get the vaccine and do my part in making this stupid pandemic no longer be stupid or existent. So I'm really
That's a better way to say that. I want to make this
Yeah.
pandemic a lot cooler.
Let's make it awesome. We're going to make a in-flight video about it. But yeah, so that's coming up later this week. Super excited. If you get the chance, I highly recommend getting vaccinated. Yeah. And I think, Noah, you get your vaccine too on the same day I am.
I do too. And I am, I was kind of surprised how excited I was about it. But I saw that it was getting close to where people our age could get the shot in our state. And then my wife, who is a teacher at a college, that night got an email saying that all of the faculty from the school and their immediate family could get their vaccine shots this Friday. So I was really pumped up, and we got appointment booked, and they called us to confirm that it's actually going to happen. And it's really exciting. It's put me in a really good mood this weekend. I think like just a combination of the spring weather starting to blossom a little bit, and knowing that this vaccine that we've been talking about for over a year, I'm finally going to get. And yeah, just feeling renewed and hopeful about the possibilities in the future. And like it feels like this nice mirror as opposed to a year ago when I was checking my phone, multiple times a day just to see how many cases there were in the world and in the US and in our state, and just watching the number grow and grow and seeing the chart go up and up and up. And it's kind of awesome to be watching charts now for how many people have gotten vaccinated, and like seeing us cross new records every day. And like 4 million shots, I think, were given out yesterday or last Saturday. And that was a new record. And it's just really exciting. I feel I'm in a good mood today.
Good.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Mood.
I was thinking about this too while, for my weekly update, we were helping a friend move today, which it's been a few months since I've helped anybody move. And it's never a fun process. Moving for anybody, it's just not a fun process.
That's the fun part of the pandemic is you had to help a lot less people move.
Okay, yeah. There's the positive aspect of it. If you did move, you just had to do it by yourself.
Yeah. If you're for hire, I'm going to need your services soon.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll have to help you move. But at least you don't have a whole house of stuff, Michael.
That's true.
It's a little easier for you. And I'm more on board with that. But I was thinking about it today because Jesse and I were wearing our masks while we were moving. And moving while wearing a mask is just a really not fun part of the pandemic. It was like we were carrying stuff up the stairs and just huffing and puffing, and I was like having trouble breathing through the mask, obviously, so we kept having to go outside and get some fresh air. But I don't know, it was making me excited, and I wanted to ask you guys as an encouraging, a hopeful part, what are you, like, what's one thing, maybe not the thing you're most excited about kind of post-pandemic, but what's just one small thing that you're really looking forward to post-pandemic? Because I was thinking about like, oh, I look forward to not having to wear a mask when I help a friend move, or I'm looking forward to going to a movie theater again. We'll start with you, Ben. What's just one little thing that you're excited about?
Getting back on all my dating apps. No kidding.
Yeah, the Tinder dating on Zoom is just not fun.
Not nearly as fun. I think for me, I mean, baseball, like I said, baseball started this past week, but no fans were allowed in the stadium last season at all. And I guess this season, a lot of places are like doing 40% capacity, 50% capacity. And I think just the opportunity to like be able to go to a baseball game and also not have to worry about stuff is definitely high on the list. Because even if I go, which I may or may not be going to a baseball game at some point this year, just being like, I mean, there's still a chance that somebody here has it and all that stuff. So just like getting vaccinated and going through all that stuff. And just when things slowly get back to quote unquote normal, not having to worry about that. And that's like, that goes beyond baseball, but like concerts, church services, just stuff like that. Just not having to kind of have it be in the back of your mind at the whole time you're like seeing other people. And, we actually talked about this the other day, Noah, when we saw each other, but like, we're kind of going to be, our minds are going to be built differently than like all of our kids and different generations, where we're going to do things weird because we had the pandemic. And I think that'll definitely be a part of it, but I'm excited to like not have to worry so much about stuff, at least in that realm.
Yeah. I feel like, I was telling Ben, I feel like no matter what, I'm going to be a way more sanitary person than my kids, because my kids won't have lived through this. And I don't know. I just wash my hands a lot more. I'm just a little more careful about what I touch. When I'm in a store and I'm like wanting to pick something up, I always kind of think now like, is it worth like touching that? Or how many people have touched this? Or yeah, I think I'm just always going to have this in the back of my mind. Even probably years from now, I think I'm just going to think differently about things. What about you, Michael?
I think hands down live music. This summer, last summer,
yes,
and this summer were the first summers that our local community wasn't able to have summer band in many, many decades. And by summer band, I mean like classical music, quote unquote, but music with instruments that not rock instruments. So it was the first time that we weren't able to do that. And that was a huge bummer because a lot of the group is elderly people and it's their outlet to come play. But more so, I was going to see Mike Maines and the Branches a year ago this month. That didn't happen. So hopefully they come back to the large city near us and I can see them and meet them and tell them how much their music has inspired me, which sounds totally cheesy, but their music is amazing and I want to meet them and tell them how much I appreciate them.
I totally get that. Like if I could just talk to Ariana Grande, I would just tell her.
Okay, all right. You got nice dimples. All right. One nice dimple, rather. She does not have symmetrical dimples.
She'll look at me and be like, "Whoa, you have my dimples."
Yep.
From back.
Whoa, you look like my ex.
But with my dimples.
But you have my dimples.
Well, anyway, that's my update for the week. Yeah, just feeling good, feeling excited.
That's good. It's good to feel excited and have something to look forward to. Michael, how has your past week been? And you have a little bit more time because you weren't with us on the show last week. Welcome back.
Again, good to be back. Not much has happened in the weeks preceding this date, but I have 3 mini stories, I guess. The first one, I went apartment shopping. I've done it online, but so when you go and see the place, you find out that they don't pay for anything, including the necessities of life, and it was very expensive. So it's still on the table of things to do. MERP. The next thing that I did, Cole and I have been playing some Minecraft. We all know Cole, a good friend of the show, has never called in or been on the show, but he's still apparently a good friend of the show. Yeah, never has listened to the show either. But we've been playing Minecraft. Close
personal friend of the show.
Cross-platform, and we were having a competition of not dying because we are 2 young men that like competing, and I am here to proclaim that I died first by falling into a ravine and not seeing the ravine, and technically I died first. However, an hour before I died, he completely depleted his hearts, but he was holding on to this magical idol that just immediately revives you. So technically, I'm going to say Cole died first, and I have the only official death. That's what I'm walking.
I'll allow it, but only because no idols. It's biblical.
See, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Cole.
We need to talk to Cole about that.
Exactly. Then the last thing I did a week ago today, I went with a friend of mine to the downtown part of our city, and I shot some portraits for my friend, and that was something I really needed. It was so rejuvenating and reinvigorating to see someone that's not you two, because I always see you two, and I see you two sometimes in person, albeit rarely, but I got to see someone that I haven't seen in a year, and we got to go shoot some portraits, and I did my homework beforehand. I've been learning from one of the best headshot photographers in the world, Peter Hurley, and I watched his YouTube videos about how to shoot better portraits and all this stuff. And one of my favorite ones is called Holding Your Sub. I can't illustrate it on my webcam because the camera's too far away, but a lot of people put their hands on their hips when they're getting a portrait shot from like the mid chest up. And he's saying, like, look how bad that looks at your shoulders. So if you put them straight down, it still isn't very great. So he says to hold your sub, which is where you pretend you have a massive sub sandwich in your hands, and you kind of spread your arms outward and tuck your elbows in, and it makes your shoulders look a little bit ripped, but it also just flattens out that angle. It's super cool. And I used it, and my client enjoyed it. They thought holding the sub was pretty funny. But that was great.
You look amazing.
Look at that.
look
Smolder.
ripped right now?
Smolder, Noah. Don't drop the back shoulder. That's what I learned is a mistake. No, it's okay, Ben. Someone screenshot that later. What else was that? Oh, and then like 2 days later, I got a request on the Google Drive folder of someone requesting to see it. And I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, oh, that's my uncle. So the photos made it far and wide, and I'm glad that they got seen because it was so much fun to do that. I've been wanting to go shoot since Ben and I shot in February 2020, doing some street photography.
Street photography.
The world was a different place. We were like 2 inches away from each other, maskless, breathing all over the place. We went to Goodtimes afterwards. Remember that? We went to Goodtimes.
That was a good time.
We had a good time at Goodtimes, breathing all over each other, huffing and puffing and talking and drinking and chewing and tobacco.
Reading the Bible.
Oh, yeah, reading the Bible. That is factual, by the way, Noah. I was there.
Good times, man.
The world is
Remember
such a
the good
different place
times.
from a year and 2 months
Remember
ago.
the restaurant.
Honestly, I think it's underrated. I do.
Good times.
Yeah.
They have good fries. I will say that.
Yeah. Those ones are good. But I think like
I don't know that I've been to Good Times in like 10 years. I may have to revisit.
We'll have to go and read the Bible.
Reading the Bible at Good Times.
Reading the Bible at Good Times. That's our new podcast.
Bible
It's that
Good
we're
Times.
actually in the Good Times and you just hear like background noise and people in the background. Hi, can I get one?
I got number 2.
So Ben, what did you think about this passage about Mephibosheth? It's very NPR. It's very close to the mic.
Yeah,
and
close to
very
the mic
serious. But then you just hear all the Good Times background noises going on.
Good Times background. You hear the background of a good time, but in the meantime, you're listening to two people talk about the Bible, which is also
Ben-
a good time.
Now, Ben, we're supposed to be in the world, but not of it. Now, what does that look like for us sitting here in this Good Times?
Well, we are in the world, but we haven't ordered. We're technically loitering, just like we're loitering here on Earth.
Good Times supports some things that we just really can't get behind, so we're here to make a stand. We're here to be in the good times, but not of it.
Not of the good times. Yes, good times. Well, Michael, I'm glad that you got to take some portraits and that they turned out good. You sent me some of them, and I think they look fantastic. And I'm sure everyone who has seen them agrees. So thank you guys for being here. I don't know why I decided to say thank you again, but it was good to hear about your weeks or your past couple of weeks. But do we have any reviews, feedback, or do we have a SpeakPipe question of the week? And I kind of have one in mind, but I want to see what you guys think.
Well, we can ask people what I asked you to, like what's one small little thing that you're looking forward to post-Pando. But Ben, what do you have?
What you have is deeper and more meaningful than mine. I was just going to ask people what their favorite fast food French fries were, but let's go with the deep, meaningful route.
What would you guys say? I'm curious to know now.
What dumb
know what
way
mine
did
are.
you tear your labrum?
It's not dumb. Michael, what's your favorite fast food fry?
Oh gosh, that's such a hard question. Why would you do that to me?
Mine's easy. I know mine.
Me too.
I really have a soft spot for curly fries. It's kind of like not really a French fry, but I'm going to use it because I can't think of anything else faster. So, too bad.
Curly fries, just
So
in general.
specifically from Arby's, or you got to pick a okay.
Well, I didn't even know anyone else made curly fries,
Yeah, I can't.
but
think
Carl's
the Arby's
Jr.
ones. You mean Hardee's? I don't know what Carl's Jr. is.
I don't know what that. Mine is, and I think I might know Noah's, but mine is Freddy's fries, the shoestring fries. Those are my favorite, especially with the Freddy's fry seasoning.
Sushi fries?
Super nice.
Nice.
Shoestring fries. I cannot say shoestring. I've always struggled with that word. Shoestring fries. Shoestring.
I was gonna say
Irish
Arby's curly
wish
fries
wash.
too.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
Yeah, we've actually been buying the frozen Arby's curly fries that you
Yes!
can get at the grocery store.
I've done that
and
too.
they're amazing. They're so good.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone through like 2 bags in the past few weeks because they're just so good.
Okay, here's a weird thing that Ben does that I've been told is weird, but I don't think is that weird. Whenever we get the frozen fries, and like I did this like as a kid, and I still do it to this day whenever the opportunity presents itself. But we lay out all the frozen fries like on the tray just prior to putting them in the oven. We give them their little period of thawing and like thinking they're going to be okay before we bake them all to death. And then while they're sitting there, I kind of just like eating the frozen French fries.
Jesse does that too, and I think it's
Jesse
bizarre.
does it? Oh, good.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's not that weird. I don't know why people think it's weird. It's just good. You should try it next time, Michael.
Do you like a raw potato, though? Have you ever eaten just a raw chunk of potato?
That's disgusting.
But it's
nasty.
probably disgusting, but it's not anything like eating a raw potato. Because, first of all,
has seasoning.
French fries have been in some way pre-fried. Second of all, a raw potato is not frozen. It's room temperature.
Potatoes genuinely taste like dirt.
They really
without
do.
anything.
So do radishes. They taste like spicy dirt.
I prefer spicy dirt over Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt.
Isn't that like a really bad movie? Like
Is
rated R and beyond. I don't know.
Joe Dirt, 2001. He's a janitor with a mullet hairdo. And I don't know. I don't care enough. It looks bad.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Good to know. Well, let us know either what you're looking forward to once things get back to normal, or what your favorite fast food fry is, or if you think me and Jesse are completely bonkers for eating frozen French fries. But let's get into some games, and I have the first game this week. And as I've already said a number of times, opening day for Major League Baseball was this past week, and I wanted to make a game that celebrated that fact. So what I have done is celebrated that fact. Over the course of Major League Baseball history, there have been just under 20,000 players to play in Major League Baseball, which probably sounds like a lot of people till you realize that Major League Baseball was founded in 1869, and the average attendance of a Major League Baseball game in 2019 was over 28,000. So on average, more people attend Major League Baseball games than have actually played in a Major League Baseball game. There are some players that pretty much everyone around the world recognizes, like Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Jackie Robinson, people like that. And then there are some crazy names that Michael Jordan, he did play baseball. There are some players with crazy names that you probably have never heard of, and this game is about those people. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be asking you 4 names, and you have to tell me which one is the actual Major League Baseball player.
C.
You should pick up on it. Okay, Noah says C. Michael, what do you say without knowing any of the names? And if you don't want to answer, we'll just go into the first question.
D.
Okay, I'll let you change that, though. Inning number 1. I'm going to go innings instead of rounds because it's baseball. Inning 1. Honus Wagner is a Major League Hall of Famer whose baseball card sells for over $3 million. His brother's doesn't. What is his brother's name? Is it A, Dummy Wagner, B, Butts Wagner, C, Pinky Wagner, or D, Bonus Wagner?
These are my kids, Honus and Bonus.
I've named them Honus and Bonus. It's like
All
air
right.
in the spare. All right, do you guys have your answers?
No, it was your... Wait, is he locked in? Okay. Never mind.
You can change your answer from what you said in the beginning thing. All right, I'll need your answer in 3, 2, 1.
C.
Dang
Pinky.
it. Why we always
both
start doing
say-
this.
You both say C, Pinky Wagner, and you are both incorrect.
Oh.
Honus Wagner's name is Butts. Butts Wagner. These are my kids, Honus and Butts.
Honus and Butts. Wow.
So the score is 0-0 heading into inning number 2.
Wait, how do you spell that?
Butts.
Huh, okay, cool.
Like,
okay.
but, yeah.
Plural of butts.
This pitcher had a 15-year career and had 92 wins and 92 losses. Was his name Calvin Coolidge? That's A. B. Julius Caesar. C. Tuskahoma Mclish. or
Not that one.
Calvin Coolidge, Julius Caesar, Tuskahoma, Mclish.
He cracked. I think it's. I can't tell you.
I can read those again. It's A, Calvin Coolidge, B, Julius Caesar, C, Tuskahoma, Mclish, or D, Calvin Coolidge, Julius Caesar, Tuskahoma, Mclish. I'll need your answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
B.
Julius Caesar. Oh, no
You
way.
both say Julius Caesar. The correct answer is D, Calvin Coolidge,
No.
Julius Caesar, Tuskahoma, Mclish.
Am I allowed to look this name up? Is that okay?
Yes, you are. You can look this up and confirm that it is real.
Wow. Yeah. But he just goes by Cal Mclish.
He does go by Cal Mclish, but his full name is Calvin Coolidge, Julius Caesar, Tuskahoma, Mclish. Don't look up anymore because I don't want you finding any of the answers.
Okay.
You will find many. By the way, none of you have scored a run yet. No RBIs. You will find many odd names from the late 1800s and early 1900s. But this player pitched as recently as 2003. Is it A, Tim Spooneybarger, B, Tim Boogie Snatcher, C, Tim Forksacker, or D, Tim Tim? I will need your. Do you need me to read any of those again?
I've got my answer.
Yeah.
Is A, Tim Spooneybarger, B, Tim Boogie Snatcher, C, Tim Forksacker, or D, Tim Tim? I will need your answer in 3, 2, 1.
D.
Tim. What? Oh, come on, Michael.
I respond first. What the heck?
I think he has a bit of a delay. I'm going to. That is incorrect, but since none of you have a point, I'm going to let you each pick a different letter.
A.
Okay. I picked Boogie Snatcher.
All right. Michael says A. Noah says B. It is A. Tim Spooneybarger.
Jeez.
So Michael scores 1 run, which means going into inning number 4, it is Michael 1, Noah 0. There's our foghorn. Inning number 4, this player never made the major leagues. So this is my
Tim
one
Tebow.
caveat to
Dang
all
it.
these.
That was
It is
my
Tim
answer.
Tebow. This is the one caveat to all these players playing in the major leagues. But this player never made the major leagues, which is ironic given his name. Is his name A, major player, B, wonderful mounds, C, plays always, or D, better than you? In 3,
We're going to say the same
2, 1.
Yeah.
thing.
A?
Yeah.
That's too
I can
easy,
move,
right?
I can move to B if you want me to.
I leave it up to you, as I have not said whether it's correct or
I'm
incorrect.
going to B.
Michael goes to
It's gonna
B.
be B.
Noah, you stick with A.
I stole.
The correct answer,
I stole. I changed my answer. It's a baseball term. I stole
He stole
B.
a base.
He stole second.
Give me credit.
It is B, wonderful
Yes. The
mounds.
steal
Or
paid
Mons,
off.
however it's pronounced. So Michael is correct. B, wonderful mounds, however it's pronounced. Interestingly enough, his middle name is Terrific. Wonderful terrific mounts.
Wow.
But also, this player pitched in played in 1993, also not from the 1800s, which was surprising to me. All right, going into the final inning, which for us is inning number 5. This player made his. So, by the way, Noah, you can't win, but Michael, you can. This player, unless we make this round worth 2, and then we can tie.
Tie.
Okay, we'll go for tie. This player made his debut in 1917, and that's basically the only interesting thing about him, besides his name. Is it A, Chippendales, B, Ground Chuck, C, Pickles Dillhofer, or D, Dick Butkus? I'll need your answer in 3, 2, 1.
C.
The Pickles that's
Dang
the one I
it.
picked too.
Does anybody want to
it C?
change?
I was thinking it was C.
I can go to D. I don't feel
Dick
good about
Butkus,
it. Yeah.
who is a NFL player?
See, I knew it sounded familiar. It's not Clayton Dix.
Okay, Michael picked D. Is it C?
The correct answer is C, Pickles Dillhofer.
I'll take it.
But there's no tying in baseball.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get
Except your cleats.
2 points for that.
So I'm still going to give the, or I could just look up. I do know of just other random names off the top of my head.
I think Michael won that one pretty
Okay, fine.
fairly.
Michael wins. We won't do an extra. We won't go to extras. We're just going to give the victory to Michael, which means, Noah, you get to host a game now.
Oh, I'm so excited. All right, well, everybody buckle in, buckle your seatbelts. Ooh, very superstitious. Wash your face and hands. Rid me of the problem. Do all that you can. Keep me in a daydream. Keep me going strong. You don't want to save me. Sad is my song. This game recommendation was inspired by Pam, friend of the podcast. She knows who she
Pam.
is. We were just talking about superstitions last night, and I began to learn that there are a gazillion superstitions out there, and some of them are very specific and very strange. So we are going to play a game of very superstitious. I have written here probably about 20 different superstitions, and you have to tell me if they are a real superstition or if I made them up. So I'm going to go back and forth and give you guys different questions, and you can tell me, is this a real superstition or is this fake? Michael, since you won the game, I'm going to go ahead and give you the first question. Michael, if you drop a fork, a man will come to visit you. Is this fact or fake?
We don't even get like the alleged nation of where this is a thing.
I did not do that much research.
Okay. Well, then it's like totally a poop shoot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, it's definitely from a country with forks.
That's true.
I'm going to say no because why not?
That is indeed a real superstition. If you drop a fork, it means a man's going to come visit you. So
And
that's
you don't know
exciting.
where.
You don't know where or when exactly.
No. Like what? Where is this a legend?
Okay, I will tell you. This came from a website where this lady collected a bunch of superstitions that her, I think, grandparents passed down to her, and then other people could contribute superstitions that were like from their cultures and stuff. But it was light on details, so you just got to go with it. All right, so Michael does not get the point. Ben, a follow-up question. If you drop a spoon,
else is new?
a woman will come to visit you.
I'm going to say true and then go drop a bunch of spoons.
That is indeed true. I don't know if it works if you force it. I would kind of doubt it.
Oh, it has to be like an accident?
It has to be an an accidental spoon drop would be my guess. But you can go try it and see. Michael, back to you to complete the triplet. If you drop a knife, an unhappy couple will come to visit you.
Okay. If I'm going to try to read you like a book, I don't think that you would do 3 of the true. But you very well could have. But I don't think you would. So I'm going to say that this one is not.
All right, that is correct. That is not true. I made that up.
Thank you.
So you don't have to worry about dropping your knives. Ben, this one, I'm glad this one goes to you because you have special experience with this. If a bird flies into your house, a death will occur. Is this true or did I make this up?
I have a feeling you may have made this one up only because a bird once flew into your house or your family's house. You didn't live there at the time, and you still don't live there. Anyway, a bird once flew in, and I think you made this up. So I'm going to say it's true. Yes, that is a superstition.
Wait, did you just change at the last second?
I did, yeah.
He looks confused himself, by the way.
So are you saying I made it up, or are you saying it is a real superstition?
Yep.
All right, Ben does not get the point for answering both.
I think it's a real superstition.
It is indeed a real superstition. If a bird flies into your house, a death will occur. Yeah, I thought about you when I read this, Ben, because, yeah, you were at my family's house and I was not. And you got to save a bird that flew into their house, which is pretty awesome. And that was not that long ago. That was recently.
That was pretty recently. I will
Like
say,
a year ago.
I didn't do much to save the bird because your dad grabbed a blanket he grabbed a towel and then threw a towel on top of the bird. And then we all kind of just looked at each other because we didn't know what to do. And it's still there, actually, underneath that towel.
The family's just kind of learned to live around it. That was weird because, I was not at the house and you were there to record some music with the rest of my family, which was kind of an unusual occurrence. And then I just get this video of you like chasing a bird around the house of my childhood. But anyway, Michael, we'll bring it back to you. The score is Ben 2 to Michael 1. Michael, if you sweep under someone's feet, they will never marry.
That's meaningful. But it's also fake. You made that up.
That is also true. I will just say a lot of these are about you're never getting married or somebody's going to die. That's pretty much what all these superstitions are about. Ben, if your dog runs away, it means you will be childless.
I'm going to say that one's fake.
And you would be correct. That is fake. I made that one up. But Michael, if your cat runs away, it means that your parents will die.
See, I don't know. I don't know. Google.
What have I done?
Hey,
here?
Google.
Read me.
No kidding. Parents dying, cats. Last time I offended people when I said I don't like cats. So I'm just going to continue that trend and say that this is a true superstition.
It is fake. I made up both the dog and the cat.
Wow.
I am sorry. The score is now Ben 3 to Michael's 1. Yes. Ben. All right, listen up. This is a long one. If you peel an apple without breaking the peel, like you dissect the whole outer peel and cut it all into one long piece, you should throw the peel onto the ground. And if it lands in the shape of a letter of the alphabet, then it is the initial of the person you will marry.
I'm going to go peel an apple and throw a spoon on the ground. True? I really don't know. I'm going to go with true, though.
Wow, Ben, you're good at this. That is indeed true. Another thing you can do, I guess, go throw some spoons down. And I have never cut the peel off an apple. Have you guys ever done that?
Mm-mm.
Like, I do that with oranges, where I try to peel off the entire orange peel in one piece. But who does that with an apple?
I think...
I know that my family has an apple peeler, but I don't think we use it.
Yeah, Ben and I saw
for that
one
purpose
at my college's surplus store. I think it was Ben that was with me, right? I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
But it's the one where you like stab it and then you like crank it and then it does it in one move. Should have bought it.
Michael, score is 4 to 1. You're going to need to gain some ground.
Or not.
Always carry a sack of flour on your right shoulder, as the left shoulder indicates that you are a bad cook. Is this true, or did I make this up?
It's like too weird for you to make up, but I don't even have a choice. I'm just going to say it's real, even though it's not.
Well, which is it? If you got a gut feeling.
It's real, but it's not. But it's real. For the purposes of my answer, it's real.
It's real. It is fake. I made it up. I tried to go like really bizarre and with something that you would not think I would be thinking about, like a sack of flour. All right, Ben, 4 to 1. Never say thank you when someone gives you a plant, or the plant will die.
Ooh.
That's interesting, but fake.
That is true. That is a true superstition, and I've told Jessie that she must be very ungrateful for her plants because her plants are doing very well. And your mom has lots of plants too, so
well, she buys them all herself.
Oh, so she doesn't have to be thankful to anybody. Okay. Michael, if you carry a hoe, spade, or shovel in the house, you must carry it out the same door you carried it in by, or a death will follow. Is this true, or did I make this up just to talk about gardening tools?
Oh, gardening tools. Well, I still think that you made it up.
Final answer?
Yeah. Did I stutter?
That is real. I did not make that up.
Man,
4 to 1.
Yeah,
Back
I
to
agree
Ben.
because, I mean, anytime. Never mind.
See, Ben is the
say
one.
it. Ben, more family rules. You should always have salt and pepper on your dinner table, or your guests will never visit again.
Is that what we're supposed to do? I think you made this one up.
I did make this one up. Well done. That brings up to 5-1. We, in fact, did not have any salt and pepper shakers at our house, but we did have my cousin over last week. And so we decided to put out a salt and pepper shaker when we discovered that these nice handmade salt and pepper shakers we had did not have holes in the top. So you could load them up with salt and pepper, but you couldn't get the salt and pepper out. So,
except through the hole that you loaded it up with.
Except through the hole at the bottom. Yeah, the giant hole.
It's got to go right back out the door it came in, or else there'll be a death.
Throw that salt over your shoulder and out the window. Michael, women. A woman should never whistle on a boat as it will increase the wind. Is this true, or did I make this up?
Scientifically, it's true.
Blow your own sail, Mythbusters episode. Okay, you made up the last one, and you made up the one before that. No. The one before that was the hoe and the shovel.
The hoe one was real.
Yes.
The salt and pepper one was fake.
So real fake. Are you going to go real fake real or real fake fake? So I don't know anything about Tales of the Sea, but I'm going to say it's false.
As in I made this up?
Yes, exactly.
Man, Michael, this one is true.
Lies.
Yes, so don't let your women whistle when they're on your boat. Ben, if you drop a dish towel on
Why
the floor...
are we still playing?
There's some weird ones that I want to make sure we get to.
Okay.
There's still a chance.
No, there's not.
Ben, if you drop a dish towel on the floor, it means that a worse housekeeper than yourself is coming to visit you.
False.
That is true. It's kind of a weird dig on yourself, I guess, if you drop a dish towel, and also a dig on whoever comes to visit you after that. It's just weird. Michael, if you hear a peculiar noise 3 times in succession at night, it means someone is going to die. True, or did I make that up?
Okay, here's the new strategy. I'm just going to say you make everything up, and eventually it'll be correct. So you made this one up.
All right, well, that will be true sometimes, but not this time.
Or you're
Still
never going to
5-1.
give me it. I get it.
Ben, never move away from a cold place in the winter or a warm place in the summer, as bad weather will follow you wherever you go.
False.
That is correct. That is false. I made that one up. I was proud of that one. That brings the score to 6-1. We're just going to quick fire off through these.
Also my height.
6-1 inch.
6-1? Yeah. 6-1, Michael. A baby should never look in the mirror before a year old, or the baby will die.
I can see that being true in the far reaches of Italy, but for the sake of my strategy, this is not true. This is made up.
It is true. But keep that strategy up. I feel like that strategy is going to do you well here.
No,
Pay dividends.
Don't even lie.
It's gonna work. Ben, the first snow of March should be collected and used to take the sting out of burns.
Do you guys know that snow doesn't melt when you hold the flame up to it? It's fake
Only in
snow.
Texas. Only in Texas.
It's a science joke.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Look how specific
I think true.
This is true. 7-1. Michael, keep your strategy up, buddy. Just do it.
It's false. You made it up. All right.
Hey, Michael,
You're right.
don't do it.
Okay.
Say it's true. Oh, sweet.
Michael gets a point. He didn't even hear the question. And neither will the listeners. All right, 7-2. You should plant peas on February 14th, Ben.
Or
Else.
I don't know.
Else?
There's no caveat here. It's just
I think
it's just a
you
statement.
made a click off of your Superstitious page and entered a gardening page. But I'm going to go with false.
This one is true. All right, Michael, final question. 7-2. When a black cat runs across the road in front of you, you should say, "Bread and butter on my table, cut it with a butter knife, or bad luck will come to you." Is this true, or did I make this up?
You know, just to fulfill the prophecy, I think that you made that up because it also sounds like a very Noah thing to make up, doesn't it?
I think this one's true. Like, honestly, I think it's true.
What makes it seem Noah to you?
Very childish.
Well, just for that, Michael is not getting that point. Also, because it is true. Ben, you know your superstitions. Are you a superstitious guy?
No, I'm a little stitious.
Ben wins the game 7-2. Well done. I think we all learned something about ourselves today.
Maybe
I
it's
think we did too.
deeply rooted in my being a fan of the old WWE wrestler CM Punk, who is actually not very old. He only retired like 6 years ago. But he has tattoos that say luck is for losers, and he didn't believe in superstitions, and he was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. So I'll blame him.
There you go.
Thanks,
Okay.
CM Punk. But he inspired a
him.
great lifestyle for me, by the way. I have not succumbed to drugs or alcohol because of CM Punk. Thank him later.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Punk.
Thank you, Mr. Punk. And
Sir
thank you
Punk.
guys for listening this week's episode of Noodles at Noon. Once again, you can catch us at noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
And anywhere podcasts are available, like Wendy's Bathrooms, Southwest Airlines, and Fuzzolis. Thank you guys so much for listening. Michael, congratulations on winning a game. Me, congratulations on winning a game. Noah, congratulations on still being invited back, even though you can't win a game. And thank you all for listening, because you guys are the true winners. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see you again next Monday. Later. I didn't have time to get my bottle.
Cut that out. My mom might listen to this.